And here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard to change. Apologies for that. But here we go into the final set. Go into the final set here. Hyrulien looking very strong with his hammer pick straight away. Orewek, again, like we spoke before, Orewek isn't looking very comfortable with that gauntlets, and he's trying to space it out with the side sig, but that won't matter when you're getting really close up to Hyrulien, as Hyrulien is going to give the pressure to you. However, Orewek with the side axe, and Hyrulien was actually very good, like done very well to stall that out, to try and stop himself from getting hit by the down sig. But he's now got a mountain to climb. He's going to try and get back and avoid this down sig from Orewek, as you know, you know it's going to happen. But he's actually switched up and gone for the neutralite. And let's see what happens here. Orewek with the stock advantage so far. However, Hyrulien's hammer doesn't need to do much damage to actually take the stock off. But we'll have to see what happens here. As Hyrulien is now on the ledge again, he cannot afford to lose his second stock. But it doesn't look like he will yet. As he gets the bow against Hyrulien, as against Orewek's axe. Brilliant. Hyrulien being able to get the first stock off of Orewek while he's in the orange. Hyrulien, let's see what he can do here. Hyrulien is going for the common combo which you'd normally do with a bow. However, it looks like he's going to go for the down arrow at the end as well with it. Oh, he goes for the stop, but he doesn't do much from it. Side air. Does he try to go for a hammer kill? Oh, he tries to go for the down line, but he misses the ground pound. And he brings it back, he reverses it. Now in the lead against Orewek, with one stock left in this match. Can Hyrulien take the first stock against, take the first match against Orewek? We'll have to see here, as Orewek is kind of spacing himself out. I'm guessing he's waiting for that axe to come out. And would that be the axe? It will be. Now, can he, all he needs to do is hit one Sarah, and that would be enough to take out Hyrulien's second stock. Hyrulien's doing really well with his bow here, being able to play a bit more patient and spaced out. But Hyrulien's doing really well here, like it's quite impressive. He's been able to hold his own against Orewek's axe, and I guess him being able to watch Orewek in the losers final means he's had some advantage to it. As Orewek is now in the red, and there we go. Hyrulien literally spawned in and just gave Orewek the good old haymaker. And there we go. We'll be heading on to the next match, and Hyrulien brings out the 4 like he mentioned in chat earlier on. Level 37 against a level 85 Orewek, but we did see the level 21 Yumiko actually beat this Rayman. So what does this mean for Orewek? This may mean that this could put Orewek in a spot where he actually has to swap characters if he does have an alternative. But at the minute, it's fine. Here we go. Hyrulien with the 4 pick. With the black colour scheme as well, not to mention Orewek with the home team Rayman. But Before has a big smile on his face as he knows that Hyrulien is just going to take in the first game against Orewek. Can we see any sort of a difference here? Hyrulien's really racking up the damage against Orewek so far. Maybe we can see a new winner here in Hyrulien, and Orewek will just have to face being second for a second time in Reaper's Brawlout, being the second tournament here. But we'll find out here. Orewek currently a game down, but he does get the first stock, but he's in red. Orewek really needs to get this game if he wants to stay in the if he wants to stay in the set. Of course, Orewek also needs to win this and the bracket reset as well if he is to win. Of course, we can't forget that. If Orewek is to win this first set against Hyrulien, he will need to go. We will need to have a bracket reset and basically just do this set all over again. But Hyrulien, they're both playing uppercuts, and Hyrulien's uppercuts are a lot better here. But Hyrulien's in the orange here, Orewek in the white. Orewek could do something with this, but it all depends on his spacing. Of course, Hyrulien had a really great spacing with the Yumiko bow in the last match, but I guess you don't really have that spacing much with the 4. I guess he's making a bit more of it with the hammer, but I feel being able to space Orewek out away from him would have been a lot better if he stuck with the Yumiko. But I guess I'm not one to really say for these guys, because these guys are the better players, and these guys have made it further in my tournament than I probably would myself. Orewek gets the second stuff off of the 4, juggling the gauntlets and axe. He needs to hope that he can get the axe back, and he's lost it, but he's got it back with his weapon spawn. But I think Orewek is really, if Orewek wants to be winning these tournaments, he needs to make sure he's got a reliable switch from the axe, because it just seems like his axe is the only thing which is pushing him through these. He needs a good second, as it doesn't feel like he's as confident with these gauntlets, and he can play as dominant on these gauntlets. We haven't seen much from these two, but we can get the weapon spawn, and it is Hyrulien putting Orewek, I'd say, in a bit of a panic now. But he's got the axe, so it could all calm down here. Hyrulien in the orange, Orewek not so far behind. Oh, a recovery, but Orewek's got back onto the wall, and I think Orewek maybe had a moment of panic there after he got hit by the recovery. I would say that Orewek needs to stay on the stage, because I don't think he can really do much against the hammer. Oh, but he did there with that ground pound. I guess I don't think Hyrulien actually expected that, in all honesty. But, well played to them both. Only 13 damage between the two, as it is now 1-1 in this set. in the chat, Hyrulien just said, "I expected the ground pound, I didn't expect the lag." That is a brilliant line. I expected the ground pound, I didn't expect the lag. Fair play indeed, Hyrulien. I gotta say, that's probably one of the best things. I expected the ground pound, I didn't expect the lag. But here we go, going into our third match here. Back on the Yumiko this time. Like I said, I feel he was better off with the Yumiko. I did feel a lot more comfortable with it. But we'll definitely see what happens here in this, into this third match. But one thing's for certain, Hyrulien's definitely confident with the hammer pick, and I think all that really mattered most is the fact that he was able to get a second weapon which could be good for space, and I don't think the 4 orb was actually that good for it. But I guess he's gonna need hope for something different here, as in his third match, back, like I said, back of the Yumiko, and so the spacing with the second weapon could be quite good. both in dark colors, both in dark damage in a minute. And that could be Hyrulien. And no, Orewek is still on his first stock. I thought that would have killed there, but no. Orewek going with the gauntlets again. And it did look, I think he did, I think I did see a little bit of confidence in that. But I didn't see in that, and Hyrulien definitely had all the time to punch that. I did not see any confidence in that side stick, and I don't know what he was trying to do there, but it didn't work out for him, and now he's got a bit of a deficit to climb, as he just misses that to try and take the stock away from Hyrulien. And there we go. We are now back to the equal stocks. Our Orewek is in the orange now, but he can easily bring Hyrulien to his damage using the axe. It would only take a few hits to do, as he goes for the side stick, but he completely misses it there. There though, he goes for the net. It could have amounted to something, but I'm not too sure how much. Oh, but that recovery into said, that could have been something. And he goes for the side stick, and Hyrulien's caught him twice with the recovery. Hyrulien caught him twice in that. I expected the first time, but I didn't expect it to happen the second time. But Hyrulien's taking the advantage in this match once again. And could we see Hyrulien taking game 3? We'll find out. But Hyrulien messes up his input, as I think he was meant to fire that attack in the other direction. But Orewek managed to hit the down sig to get these the stocks even, as they are now both on their last stock. And Hyrulien trying to pick him up once again, just put him a little bit more with it, and he does. He gets the stomp recovery into the stomp set. Unbelievable. And I think Orewek will actually take. I think Hyrulien will actually take this third match, but we'll have to wait and see, because Orewek is in the red. And yes, as I predicted, Hyrulien does take the third match. It's currently 2-1 for Hyrulien. And I'll say this is going alright so far for both of them. I think Orewek just needs to play a bit more with his gauntlets, because I think he's too reliable on the axe and it gets a bit predictable after some time. But who am I to say what he should and should be doing and should not be doing? Back with the Yumiko pick, he was very comfortable with this before, and now all Hyrulien needs is one win here to become the winner of Reaper's Brawlout 2, and meaning that Orewek would be runners up for the set for both our tournaments. And I've got a feel for him if that is the case, because that must be a bitter taste in his mouth knowing that that has happened to him. We're sign off quite even here, but Hyrulien's lost his weapon. Orewek? What can Orewek do here? Oh, Hyrulien just go for the side stick, he misses it. Goes for it again. That does hit, but it's not enough force. The recovery isn't enough force as well. He gets the hammer back. That a good fucking boss. And that neutral sig will be the one with enough force. Hyrulien now with the bow here. Orewek with the axe, like we all know him for. Oh, and Hyrulien just went for some really high level shit there. But he wasn't able to finish it off, and that will now mean that it's now equal in stocks, like I have said for quite a lot. These two have really been going at it, and it's been, despite the scoreline, actually no, I'd say the scoreline is even quite close, and so have these matches, both in the orange here, and it's just waiting for one person to make the difference in this match. And Hyrulien's mess up could actually be that difference, but no, he's been able to recover it well. Hyrulien's actually in more damage despite Orewek making the mistake. And from Orewek making a mistake to Orewek taking the advantage here, only in yellow on his second stock. Hyrulien's now he's got quite a big deficit right in front of him, and he needs to sort this out now. I see what Orewek likes to do off stage. He likes to try and go under his opponent to try and hit the recovery, but I'm not too sure how well this would work. And Hyrulien's actually saved him there. Hyrulien actually saved him there. Hyrulien could have just left him there and it would have been left to a one stock. But I don't know what he was actually trying to do there. Maybe Hyrulien couldn't do that unless he was to die as well. But either way, Orewek lives on his second stock. As he can now probably take the advantage here. But no. Hyrulien with the Yumiko hammer does knock him into his final stock. But it is the gauntlets, and we do know that Orewek does make a few bad decisions with his gauntlets sometimes, and this will matter a lot now because Orewek, is that enough? It's not enough yet, and there we go. Orewek will now take this to a round 5. Match. If Orewek is to win this, then we will have to go to a bracket reset. The lag is meta. But yeah, like I said, we might go to a bracket reset here. It all depends on how well these two can battle out in this last match. If Hyrulien wins, he wins it all and he wins the prize of a community colour. However, if Orewek does win this, then we do go to a bracket reset. Now let's see what happens here. Final match of this set. This is all to play for here. This is all to play for. Either Hyrulien will be crowned the second winner in the Reaper's Brawlout, or Orewek will be able to fight this off to a bracket reset and will be going for even longer here. Oh. And Orewek starts this off really strong as he does get the first stock. I think Orewek just always looks so comfortable on the X, and he does look like a really good player on the X. However, he has now lost it. Will he get the X next? Yes, he will. Now he needs to just rely on it and hope that he can get another weapon spawn before he actually dies, so he doesn't need to go over to the gauntlets. But he is doing quite well to dodge Hyrulien's attacks. Like, he just avoided that recovery. Okay, he got hit by that one, but it wasn't enough to kill. He dodged that one. And there we go. Hyrulien finally gets the first stock off of Orewek, as Hyrulien is now in the orange with the Sidra. Of course, cannon could be very vital here, especially against gauntlets. We could see a very good play here from Hyrulien, perhaps, as long as Orewek is on gauntlets. Oh, but that's actually quite a nice play from Orewek there, with the unarmed down sig. Oh, and Hyrulien isn't able to do anything there with the cannon as he switches over to the sword again. Goes with a downlight there. Orewek just bouncing off the walls and not getting much challenge. And he finishes off our Hyrulien with the side sig. And he does swap back to the axe as we all probably expected. Here we go. Hyrulien's recovery isn't enough to take him out, surprisingly. And I think Hyrulien's now playing on Orewek, messing up his attacks, as he did there, and he managed to bring Orewek down to the last stock due to Orewek missing his attacks. Here we go, Orewek back on the axe. Let's see what we can do here. Hyrulien goes for the Danzig, misses it. Oh, and that's almost enough to kill Orewek. That neutral light won't be enough. He may need to full commit to this kill. But we know he doesn't need to, but and he's missed the wrong time. Out of all the times he could have actually done his signature Danzig, he actually doesn't do it. Oh, that's not going to be enough to kill. It's bounced off the wall. Oh, and that axe throw was almost enough. That weapon throw was quite decent as well. And there we go. Orewek takes this into a bracket reset. Here we go. There we go. It's time. What is it time for? May I ask? I guess we'll find out as we go into this first match of the reset. Resetting everything 0-0. As we have got the Teros from the Hyrulien against the Orewek. The two decks Hyrulien against the regular stats of the Rayman. Let's see how this goes. I believe those are also synthwave colors on the Hyrulien, which you can get from this season's battle pass. But here we go. I think Hyrulien's now got a point to prove, and he's coming out of the gate swinging, and he's definitely going to need to, because if he wants to make sure that he can win this and stops Orewek from. Oh wow, that is definitely one way to make your appearance known, is to just give him a neutral sig into the ground pound. My bad. Tries to go for the neutral sig as well. I think we're gonna get a similarity with kills off the edge now. Orewek with his down signature, and maybe Hyrulien with his neutral sig on the Teros. Who knows? Let's find out. Orewek tries to go for the Danzig, but on the gauntlets this time. And there we go. Hyrulien's now up 3-1 in stocks. And can he take game number 1 of this reset? It will definitely be important here. Otherwise, if Orewek is to somehow make a comeback here, this will definitely do a lot for his momentum, and it will definitely say a lot about Hyrulien's. Because being able to win 3 matches in a row will definitely give him a lot of boosting momentum. And he gets the first stock off of Hyrulien. Just 2 more left, but he's in the red. And it won't take much, as there we go. Hyrulien clears it with 2 stocks left. And we're not wasting any time here. Both are sticking to the legends, it does seem, as they are back to banning maps straight away. Going to Apocalypse now. It's quite a small map this time. However, will this matter? But let's get into this second match. Hyrulien up 1-0. And I do believe we was just actually on the Apocalypse. Apologies if I just completely missed that. But here we go. Hyrulien already throwing up the gauntlets, already knows that that's not going to work against Hyrulien, as he's going for the axe on axe play. Who can win this? And Hyrulien's definitely showing like a bit of his axe. Oh, but this could actually change. The momentum could actually change here. Oh, but no, it's looking a bit more comfortable for Hyrulien once again, as it is. Orewek did look a bit dangerous after hitting that gravity cancel neutral sig. However, he couldn't amount anything from that, and Hyrulien just brought everything back into his favor. I think this was definitely the pocket pick Hyrulien was waiting to use. He knew that he would need to use this in a dire situation, and I believe this time, and he knew this time was now. Here we go. And that ground pound finishes it all off. Hyrulien now back at a 2-stock advantage again. But with even less damage taken onto him this time, Hyrulien isn't playing any games here, and it clearly shows. Orewek. And speaking from momentum in the last game, I think Orewek has actually fully lost the momentum. He did have it. He had the confidence going into this, but I think him losing that first match, especially from a big deficit, like from a big gap, will actually say a lot about this. And there we go. Hyrulien wins with a 3-stock, in fact. 479 damage to 146. And hello, Cooling Chris. How you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream. We are hosting Brawler. We're hosting my Brawler community tournament, Reapers Brawlout. We are in the grand final bracket reset, in fact, of this tournament. The prize for this tournament is a community color. And for the next tournament, which we will be hosting within the next 2 weeks, will be the Charged OG Universal Code. But here we go. Just to quickly update the scores. It is currently 2-0 to Hyrulien in this grand final reset, as he has completely dominated Orewek in this grand final. And he continues to look to do so. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. Hyrulien tries to finish off his stock, finish off Orewek's stock with the neutral sig. Orewek was just able to get a touch onto the wall. Can Hyrulien make it back? No, he can't, as Orewek's ground pound will be enough to take it out. Well, but that Sarah could be enough to take out Orewek's second stock and first stock and bring it to 2 stocks equal. Let's see what happens. Are they both going to grab an Axie? Yes, they will. What can Hyrulien do with this? He hits the Sarah, and that will be enough to take out the stock. Anytime Orewek has actually got the advantage in this play, though, he's never been able to get much damage onto it, and he's ended up getting dominated after taking the stock. So this may be something really bad for him, as he needs to start being able to take advantages a bit more. And Orewek just completely just falls through, not getting a touch or anything. I don't know what happened there. But with this, if Hyrulien does win this match, he will win this grand final overall, as Hyrulien will win this bracket reset 3-1. And here we go. They're both on the last stock now, but Orewek is starting to take the damage so far. Yeah, we definitely should, James. If you're James, if you're still playing after this, after I'm finished with this, then I don't mind playing. This won't take too much longer. But here we go. Into the final stock here. Okay, and that's fine then, James. Don't worry about it. We can probably play something like tomorrow. However, I won't be on till late, or we can play Sunday. But now we're getting on to this final stock. Both in the red here. Hyrulien a bit darker though. And he's sticking to the edge. However, we know how Orewek can punish with it, but we're not seeing him punish with the down stick as what we've seen before. And that's not it for Hyrulien. Hyrulien's still got a bit more to say. Hits it with recovery. And he just misses the ground pound. Orewek, you need to do something here. That recovery isn't enough. And that done so much damage, but Orewek will get this match. And he gives himself a bit of time to breathe. He gives himself a little bit of space as it's now 2-1, but that was really close. But here we go, Small Ball Haven. The the side blossoms actually are quite small here, so we could be seeing people die from SES very early on here. But we'll have to wait and see what happens here. We need to see who the small blast zones will actually affect. Will it be Hyrulien or will it be Orewek? But so far, Hyrulien's getting the advantage here. And he just caught him there, but Orewek did get a touch on the wall. He just did again. And so all of those attacks which Hyrulien did to try and get him off the stage mean null. As Orewek now has to try and deal some damage here. As he is actually doing quite a decent bit. I think he's getting a bit more fond with his gauntlets across this match. But there we go. That Hyrulien hit Orewek into like the slanted side of the stage, and that was enough to kill Orewek. Like I said, Orewek only needed to win this one game to win the match entirely and be the winner of Reaper's Brawlout new number dos, I do believe it is. Here we go. Orewek trying to do much with only being unarmed, and he just misses the neutral sig. Tries to hit ground pound, misses. Recovery hits though, and goes for the ground pound again. Well played, but he's not going for his signature down sig. And I don't know whether he realizes he's been getting caught out on it, or the fact that I've mentioned it so many times that he doesn't want to show it off again. But I think that's a really key part to his game, the fact that he can kill people so quickly using the down sig. Well, we see it here though. No, he goes for the neutral light. He only hits it once. Oh, he misses. What happens here? Oh. Oh my god, and that weapon throw. I was honestly not expecting that whatsoever. I was just waiting to see what would happen here with Orewek. But that weapon throw clearly says the fate of Orewek in that stock. And Orewek, he just gets back onto stage. At Hyrulien! Hyrulien will win Reaper's Brawlout number 2, and he is your grand winners final. Very well played to both of you.